The journey to higher education began in 2013 and is a collaboration with the three universities of South Australia, the University of Adelaide, Flinders University and the University of South Australia. It's a wonderful project that was funded through the Federal Government's Higher Education Participation and Partnership funding, and we are really pleased to have been able to pull this collaboration together, working with our communities and support them to raise aspirations, especially in those communities that need it most. Adelaide Campus is an early intervention program starting at the ages of 5 and going right through to the end of primary school. Inspire Mentoring starts in those mid-school years, and the Uni Connect programs works in the senior school years. We also run a program called UCAN. Now UCAN is a University Community Access Network and is run in our regional areas, specifically Spencer Gulf area. So this program was designed to really bring the elders into the conversation around how do we get young Indigenous students to really take on that learning and go further with their aspirations into higher education. There's been a lot of research about working with younger children in the early intervention area, and we found with this program it's something that really does work. Coming on to the university campuses is something that opens their eyes to the opportunities, and even at that age they start thinking about where they're going, what they can do in such a different way. And so we've had some wonderful feedback around this program, and it will certainly be interesting to see where these students find themselves after high school. So the future for Journey, well, the Journey project ends at the end of 2016. That doesn't mean the programs will stop. They are important for our communities, they're important for the universities. So we are very, very confident that the journey will continue and that our students, hopefully, fingers crossed, we will see those students we've been working with here at our lovely universities in the future. But now I think it's time to see the programs in action, so that's enough for me. Welcome to the journey.
Here at Adelaide Campus, we typically run two different types of programs. One program is a three-phase program, where typically in phase 1, students will come onto campus and participate in activities and lectures run by our own academics and student volunteers from the University of Adelaide. Phase 2, teachers generally deliver the material and it's linked to the stimulus and what they've participated in phase 1. It's important that we negotiate the program with the teachers so that we can tailor it to the specific needs of their classroom. Phase 3 is where we go out to the schools and we invite peers, parents, anyone who can come along to have a look at what the students have learned, and we really celebrate that learning. Adelaide Campus is also involved in the Multi-Lit program, where student volunteers go out and spend some one-on-one time with the students in the school, building on their literacy skills through the program.
I decided to volunteer with Campus because I wanted to meet some new people. I love working with kids and I thought it would be a great opportunity.
I like Multi-Lit because you get to know students over the course of a term or a semester, and you get to see their progress across that time getting better and better. But I also like events because you get to do something really cool with the students for an experience that maybe they wouldn't get otherwise, and they really enjoy it and love it.
When we start talking to our students about learning and what is it that takes them to think about learning beyond secondary school, and for many of our children, unfortunately they haven't had the role models to consider learning beyond secondary school. I consider there's two major benefits. One is that we are complementing the learning program and the connection with the Australian curriculum, and the other is that our kids are getting the opportunity to engage in many different ways with the university by working with some of the volunteers engaged in the program on campus. For the very first time, some of our children are getting the opportunity to go into the city to see what the university grounds actually look like, and then to actually feel a part of what the university has to offer.
My name is Kirsty and I am a Flash Mentor Coordinator. So I'm based at Flinders University, and Flash Mentoring forms part of the Journey to Higher Education program. which aims to increase aspirations of students from disadvantaged backgrounds and highlight the accessibility of university to them and the different pathways that are available. Flash mentoring is run as a sort of speed mentoring format, so school students are broken into small groups and joined by a Flinders University mentor. So the mentors speak to them about their pathway into university, their study area and their experience in university life, and the students then have an opportunity to speak to them and ask them any questions they might have about their pathway after school or their university experience and their study area as well. We have a really diverse group of mentors who come from a range of different study areas. These include psychology, engineering, information technology, serious gaming, mathematics, education. So they are a really wide range, so it enables us to open up doors and allow students to consider these different course areas that they may not have considered before or even realised were available to them at university. So far, over 1,100 students have been inspired by our mentors in 2016, and we have a further 1,000 students booked in over the upcoming months. The feedback that we have received from teachers and parents has been extremely positive. The students really enjoy having the opportunity to connect with a university mentor. I have had students approach me at the end of a flash mentoring session and tell me that whilst they may never have considered university study before, that after having the opportunity to speak to a mentor that they are really going to consider it. So it's brilliant getting this feedback straight after a session. And I think the students really enjoy having this rare opportunity to connect with someone that they can relate to that has gone to university.
The UniConnect Education Development through Sport program is a part of the Journey to Higher Education program, and we work collaboratively together on that. Our partnership with the South Australian Aboriginal Sports Training Academy, SASTA, here at Mawson Lakes campus involves the students from a range of schools coming onto the campus. What we do here at the uni is we get them involved in sporting activities, and from that they draw the scientific and mathematical components and use that in their learning. Our kids love sport as part of the academy, it's what they do, and so it's really fantastic to link in and make their learning relevant when they're tracking their heart rate monitors on their GPS and using their smart basketballs, because it makes their practical make sense to the theory that we're teaching in the classroom.
I really like coming onto the uni campus because I just feel comfortable around everyone here.
I really enjoy being able to use all the cool equipment and the smart technology.
Using the heart rate monitors, I can analyse my own performance in prac lessons and with my classmates and all.
Makes learning not just boring and having to sit down and write all the time. It's actually fun and hands-on.
Being held at UniSA is really fantastic because it not only provides a lot of opportunities and access to pathways after schooling, but it also allows the kids to have an opportunity to play around with equipment and engage in their learning that perhaps they wouldn't have the opportunity back at school.
So students from the SASTA program are all over Adelaide from different schools and different year levels. So it gets them to mingle with each other and communicate differently. So it sort of mimics that environment that they'll have in the next years.
You can see already the kids, especially at Year 10 that come in, have already growing with confidence walking around the university. They know where they're accessing things and they know what's available to them. Whether they all go down a university pathway at the end of the day once they've finished their SACE, I don't know, but I feel like most of them would be certainly confident in applying to coming back to Mawson Lakes UniSA campus just through the connections that they've made with the SASTA program.
Through Journey to Higher Education, we run some UniConnect programs, STEM programs that cover physics, chemistry, biology and also mathematics. And the students will actually come onto campus, participate in workshops and then take some information back to school. This allows the workshops to be embedded into their curriculum rather than being an add-on one-day activity that doesn't actually embed into their schoolwork.
The Australian curriculum itself is actually quite generic. They give one standard and you're allowed to elaborate that on many different ways. The things that the university covers the Australian curriculum in a entertaining but educational way for the students in a way that can't necessarily be done at the school grounds.
We have students coming from regional areas, we also have students from low socio-economic areas. They come onto campus and they participate in various activities. They also get to meet academics and uni students, so they experience what university life is like, and that reduces that myth about university and makes them realise it is something that is achievable for them.
In our school, only like 5 people were allowed to come to this workshop, and so I was really happy to be able to come and be here. It was good to work here with the university people.
The favourite thing that I like coming about these workshops is to see the different environment from school, so when I leave school I might go to uni so I know what it's like.
When I come to the workshops, I really enjoy being able to use some of the stuff we don't have at school, like some tech, and I plan on going to university when I'm older, so when I do, I know where I'm going to be and all that and have a good understanding of where to go.
So when the students are on campus, it really benefits them because they see that university isn't actually a scary place and it isn't a far-off place. It's a place that they can go to, it's a place they can enjoy. It really opens up that door for them to see that university is a place they might want to be in.
My involvement with UCAN is basically through a lot of the community engagement, getting some knowledge around universities out to the community, getting in touch with service providers, letting them know what sort of programs, workshops we run. That then sort of filters throughout the entire community.
I heard about this program from Centrelink. I was doing another course there, and so I rang up the numbers, set up an interview, came in and saw Harrison. I mentioned it to my brother as well, like he just finished at the mine.
I thought it'd be a good idea to get the training in and see what uni could offer me, courses and options to do what I want to do later in life. And just getting into the schedule and routine of studying is actually itself just a big help. So I do feel much better now than before when I didn't actually have a lot of information to go on.
Hi, my name is Veronica. I'm an elder in the Port Augusta community. We went around and spoke to a lot of the elders to motivate the youth and the up-and-coming ones from the schools. It's always good to get hold of the grandparents because they're the force behind the families in Aboriginal culture.
It really got through to a lot of our younger generation that university is something that they can get to. We take a group of university preparation students down to Adelaide every year. We then go to Flinders University, UniSA campus. We go to the Adelaide University campus to really help familiarise people from a small country town with what it's like in the big city.
Which has made it easier to move to Adelaide now. Because now I know that there's all these scholarships to help. I know there's all the dorms, the housing, and they help you so much there as well. Like not just universities, but all the Aboriginal programs. It's really pushed me to actually go instead of thinking next year or the year after that or the year after that, because opportunity was there.
Having a university presence out in regional areas is enormously important. It gives a bit of a focal point for schools and community members to be able to come and speak to someone without having to worry about ringing down to Adelaide to talk to them.
After I finish history or archaeology, I'm definitely going to come back to this area, help out where I can. It'd be good to actually go around the country, go around the world essentially.
I just wanted to get in here as a role model and let them know that if I can do it, you can do it. You know, so that sort of puts the expectations on them to get off their butts, do something positive, you know. Education is knowledge, and with that knowledge comes power, and it gives you choices. It gives you choices to decide where you want to go. For me, it'd be sad to lose those sort of things. So this now is our turn to give back. Hope we can maintain that, because I see it as one of the first major steps of getting to the community.